What's going on, guys? It's Bertrude. Today we're using a build that sits up in the crazy land of level 200. It's a really fun level to play at, and this is a really fun build. This is the Golden Crusader. So we're at level 200, guys, and up at level 200 the world really is your oyster. Whatever build you can think of, you are able to put together. We've got 65 vigour, then we're a strength faith build mainly. We've got 30 strength and 65 faith, but we do have 31 intelligence because our spells will make use of that. In our flask we're using the Holy Shroud and Crack tier to boost our holy attacks, and we're using the Uplean Hard tier for some extra damage negation. And here's a quick look at our talismans and armour. I've gone all in on the poise with this one. It's a big chunky boy. I think we've got about 99 poise altogether. We've got three main weapons on the build, the first one being the Golden Greatsword. After this we've also got the Beast Claw's Great Hammer. And then finally we've also got Marika's Hammer on the build. This is my least used weapon on the build. I don't use it too often, but it's a really fun one to have in the arsenal. I'm making use of the second weapon option in the right hand by also having the cipher pattern available. This weapon weighs nothing and it suits the fair scaling, so it's a no-brainer just to use it on the build. In our left hand we'll always have access to the Erdtree Great Shield just in case we ever come up against any wizards. And then as well as this we also have access to the Golden Order Seal, which will boost our incantations that we're using on the build. And then finally we have a nice selection of incantations on the build that benefit from the faith and the intelligence scaling plus the Golden Order Seal. Overall we're doing some really good damage with every aspect of this build. And that's the build, guys. Overall we've got a really good selection of offensive tools to use. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, if you like the content. But besides that, it's time for you lot to get your feet up, sit back, relax and enjoy the video. So I just want to apologise off the start, guys, if my voice sounds a little croaky. I've been full of a cold the last couple of days, so my voice isn't sounding too great, but I didn't want to wait, till my voice clears up fully before I recorded all this for the video, so I just thought let's go for it. If my voice doesn't sound great, I'm sure you lot will let me off, but I don't think my voice sounds too good that often anyway, so it's not making that much of a difference. So here we go, first invasion, guys, in Farah Missoula, using the Golden Order Greatsword on this one. I absolutely love this sword. I can't believe we don't see more of this sword often in PvP. Everyone always talks about just the Claymore being the best greatsword, but honestly there's so many other good options when it comes to the greatswords. I think the Golden Order one really is a standout, and as you can see now, the Ash of War on it is just superb. It does some great damage and it's got great hyper armour, and if you use it at the right time it will get you plenty of kills. After a nice kill on the summon with the Golden Order Greatsword, I was looking forward to seeing what this host had to offer in a one-on-one, but he took off running as they always do once you kill the summon, and I knew he was just trying to head to the next grace. He either wanted just to get to it for the checkpoint, or maybe he was trying to get his friend back in for the fight. Who knows, but I'm not going to let him just run off for free, so we go on the chase down. We get a nice plunging attack, apply some pressure here with the triple Discus of Light, the triple Rings of Light, really good incantation. The host panics and he falls off the ledge, giving us an easy win for the first invasion of the video. So we spawned into Fort of Farah for the next invasion, and I had a feeling that this duo will be out front waiting for me. It's usually the case in this area when they get the invasion notification, they don't commit to going inside and dealing with all the bats and all the enemies inside. You can guarantee that they'll be out front by the grace waiting for you. True to form, that's where they are, and the host sends us the moon over for an easy retaliation there with the Erdtree Great Shields. The moon's such an easy one to do that with. It's a slow moving spell, so it's easy to get the timing off to send it right back at them. And as you can see now, we get a nice kill early on with the triple Rings of Light on the summon, just showing how much damage that incantation can actually do. So let's see what the host has got to offer. I don't know what his plans are at the minute. We're dealing with this invasion quite well, but it looks like he's taking off running now. He's heading inside, which can't be the best option when he's heading into all the bats and all the enemies. Yeah, let's see what his plans are from here. So yeah, it looks like he's trying to be clever and give me the runaround. He's trying to go up the ladder, down the ladder, back through the holes, but he's brought right back into the bats. And he'll leave himself open for the fire breath there in a little small space for an easy kill. Like, why has he run? I don't know why he's done that. He could have just stayed outside by the grace and we could have had a one-on-one. But no, he's ran straight inside into all the PvE. And he's just left himself open for an easy kill. We're talking about easy kills, check this out. We've spawned in on the opposite side of this tree stump in the Hallig tree. And we go off the top rope, boom, for a big hit with the Maricus hammer. And then yeah, Radagon's Rings of Light there for the kill. I did find that a bit cheap at the time. Afterwards I felt a little bit guilty, but it was so stylish I couldn't help but do a big slam off the top rope. Yeah, that was a nice kill. Now look at this absolute nightmare that I've spawned into. 2 full bull goats, 2 ruins greatswords, the fingerprint shield. Oh my god, this is the stuff of nightmares, boys. What do you do in this situation? Well, you hit him with the Rings of Light there, Radagon's Rings of Light to be more precise. Do some good damage to the horse, and the horse is too stupid to heal up. His bull goats has given him confidence that he shouldn't have, and we managed to get a cheeky kill. There's nothing more satisfying than giving some deliverance to 2 bull goat monstrosities. Oosh! Okay, so we're on the deep root depths for this next invasion, and we've got a tricky fight here on one of the big tree stumps going across this big gap. This guy's coming at us with the Ice Spear. I wasn't sure at the time if I could retaliate this with the Erdtree Great Shield, but I realised afterwards I'm pretty sure it's just spells and incantations. I don't think you can retaliate anything from weapons or throwables or anything like that. But the horse gets a bit too confident there, pushes forward, and we get a nice kill on him with the Wrath of Gold. That's a really cool incantation to have. It knocks players back, so you can get knockbacks off ledges and stuff like that. But if there's no ledges about and you just hit them with a charged up blast from the Wrath of Gold, it does a hell of a lot of damage as it is. So I found the top G down here, the top dog, Mr. OG himself, OG Kush Cookies. He's coming at me with his bow set up. Bows can be a bit tricky to handle sometimes, especially if they're light rolling, but when you've got a great shield in hand, all you've got to do is shield through any incoming arrows, and you can keep that pressure up. And I'm sorry, Mr. Kush, but we got the win. I'll take some cookies next time, man. Good fight. It's another invasion at Fort Farith, and I find this duo tucked nice and deep into the dragon's groin. I don't know why they were there, guys. I don't know what they were doing, whether they were just trying to hide or whether they just took a bit of comfort being tucked into the dragon's leg. Who knows? But we take out the summon there, and I see the horse charging up a lightning bolt. Boom! Quick swap to the Erdtree Great Shield, and we send it right back at him for the super stylish win. That's why level 200 can be so good for making builds. You've got enough points to pile into endurance and whatever else you need to really make whatever build you want. The Erdtree Great Shield is a very heavy shield, and having it just to hand like that when we're not necessarily using it all the time will be very difficult to achieve on any other build below this kind of level. But like I say, at this level we've got enough points to be able to do that. The summon with his ever reliable Dragon Breath spam was making this invasion quite tricky for me, so I thought that the best thing to do here would be try and make use of the bridges that are around Carrier Manor with the big drop-offs. I knew that the horse would be quite aggressive and chase me down. They don't know that I've got Wrath of Gold at this point, so I can take advantage of that and it all went to plan. We was able to knock the horse off the ledge and get the win in what was a really tricky invasion with that summon spamming his dragon breath. I spawned into this invasion with the best invasion buddy I could have hoped for in this area, the big psycho boy himself, Pumpkinhead. He's swinging his flail around, so I set right onto the summon to try and get him out of the picture nice and early. The host is making things a little bit tricky for me, sending those skulls over, but the Ash of War there on the Golden Greatsword poises through any of those incoming little stuns from the skulls, and we're able to take the summon out nice and early on. So I make my way over to the host, and by the time we get there, he's dealt with our pumpkin bro, so now it's just me and him for that one-on-one fight. Let's see who comes out on top. I really like this host. It weren't a very long fight, but I thought he had some great fashion, and by what I'd seen so far during the invasion, it looked like he had a really cool build as well. Unfortunately though, we were just coming at him with a little bit too much offense. You know, the Radagon's Rings of Light poised through his incoming Dragon Breath did a big chunk of damage, and then again the Ash of War on the Golden Greatsword proves too strong, and we get a really good win for that invasion. This spot seems to be getting more and more popular for invasions. I get spawned into this spot quite often, and it's a really popular place for ganks to hang out and wait for invasions. On this occasion though, the summon was too preoccupied trying to get a bit of space to send his fire breath over, but he left his host vulnerable. I got a big hit there with the Ash of War and the Maricus Hammer, and we were able to finish him off and get the kill. GG boys, better luck next time, but I think the summon should definitely be less occupied with his Dragon Breath and more worried about looking after his host. I find myself in Castle Morn for this fight against this duo, and this one straight away was a bit of a personal vendetta. Literally just before this invasion I had a big fight with these two outside, and I took the summon out in that fight, and then the host turned on his blue ring and spawned two blues in on me. And you know, they just ruined the invasion. They just came in doing what blues do, and it was a really epic fight between me and this summon. And then, like I said, the blues arrived and it just ruined everything, and yeah, left a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. So this time I found that I was fighting these two again, and I knew that I had to win this invasion, but I also knew that I'd be the same old thing. You know, I'd take the summon out and then I was expecting the blues to arrive on the scene, so it was a bit of a race against time. But we kill the summon, now the race is on before the blues get here to kill the host. The host is definitely feeling the pressure now. I've had the notifications that the blues are in the area. They have spawned in. It's just a case of them not spawning into this exact area where we're fighting, which was very lucky for me. No doubt though, they are on the way here, so I've got to keep this pressure up and try and kill this host before they arrive. But look at this support. He's aggroed everything in the area. We're all chasing him down, so surely, yeah, we take him out. Look at the pile on there. Well done boys. Well played. This was a really cool one-on-one against this lone host. I used to really not appreciate being spawned into single host player worlds, you know, people who were just dueling. You know, I always had this mentality that I'm an invader, I don't want to fight one-on-one, I want to fight 2 or 3 people at once, you know, the typical invader mentality. And to be honest, I still do feel like that. I don't like having loads of fights against solo hosts, but sometimes, depending on the host, I really have started to quite enjoy it. Like, he was quite a cool host. I didn't mind that fight, so I quite appreciated the one-on-one. It makes a nice change when you've had a lot of ganks. It can make a nice change of pace, and on that occasion it was more than welcome. It was a good fight, GG's. Now we're on to the next one against this duo in Stormvale Castle. We're using the Beastclaw Great Hammer in this invasion. I've not actually spoke about this weapon yet during the video, but this weapon is an absolute monster. Honestly, the Ash of War on it does some insane damage. We took out the summon there off screen, but the projectiles that flay out from this Ash of War can do some insane damage, and if you're caught in it like the summon just was, you'll do well to survive. Yeah, it's a really, really good weapon. I'm a big fan of the Great Hammers and Great Axes in this game. I think the Great Hammers are probably my favourite weapon class. If I really think about it, I think, yeah, I am a big fan, huge fan, and I love that particular weapon. Great Ash of War, great weapon, and that was a really good invasion. Now I thought this was quite a cool gank to spawn into at the first step. You've got this duo here using the double great bow setup. It's just a constant onslaught of the rain of arrows. Really cool stuff. But then you've got this absolute muppet, the Radan, just spoiling the gimmick there with his spells and his dragon breath. Like, why is he in their group? Honestly, that duo was so cool. Then they're just spoiling it with a stupid Radan doing his usual Radan stupid stuff. Yeah, you get what I'm saying anyway, but he's not a problem anymore, boys, because the Golden Order Great Sword proves its worth once again, takes the goofy Radan out of the picture, and now I can focus on this pretty cool duo, to be fair. I wish it was just these two from the start, but hey ho, that's what it is. We took out the Radan, now we can focus on these two. I was really liking this fight at this point. I thought these two were super cool. You can see they're not using big poisey armor setups. They've obviously got a good investment into the stats that they need for the spells that they're using and the weapons. We've got a good selection of offense between them. One of them's using the Vikes War Spear, but he's only using one single one and he's not spamming the Ash of War like crazy. Yeah, just overall, a couple of really, really cool players. You got the Madness proc on me there, but I did notice a second ago that a second invader had spawned into this, and I think that they both realised that the end was near. As you could see, the summon kind of just stops fighting there. I don't know what the crack was with the other invader, but he must have spawned in right near the host and got straight on him for some big damage, because the way the summon just stopped playing there, they must have been communicating that between them, and the host obviously died to the second invader. But that was a really good invasion. We made some good use of the Erdtree Great Shield. Big respect to those two players. I really liked the build, and that was a really, really good invasion. And this is the last invasion of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I've tried to do things a little bit different on this one, considering my voice isn't sounding too good because I've been full of a cold, like I said. I've been trying to do a bit more talking and kind of do a bit more actual invasion narration, if you know what I mean. Just trying to do a bit more consistent talking about what's actually happening and maybe what I was thinking at the time. Let me know if you like the change. It's definitely something I'm interested in doing more of moving forward. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it anyway, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like the content. But besides that, look after yourselves, look after each other, take it easy, and I'll see you all next time.